Good evening, you all. My name is Sidney Abrams. I'm a junior at Eastern Illinois University, health administration major with a business administration minor. Actually, I'll excuse my hair. Coronavirus closed down the barbershops. Got me looking kind of crazy here, but I want to thank y'all anyway for listening to me. So my topic was type 2 diabetes. Type 2 diabetes is a very personal topic for me because I have type 2 diabetes. It's been it's been close to 10 years now since I've been affected with type 2 diabetes. I was diagnosed around the 7th or 8th grade. So yeah, it's been close to 10 years of me having type 2 diabetes. My dad had it. My uncle has type 2 diabetes. So many other of my close family members are affected with type 2 diabetes. So yeah, it really hits home for me. With the deep family history of it. So I've seen, how it affects the everyday life of a person, how it affects the body, and how it affects the mental. And it's scary. It's a very serious disease to live with, and one that you have to continuously manage. Why I picked this topic, just to learn more on type 2 diabetes, because of the family history. This research has brought me a lot of knowledge on the disease, even more so than I had before. And I'm very grateful for, for doing this research study. And I'm very grateful for my professor helping me along with the process. Diabetes is an epidemic and is reaching pandemic-like numbers, so it's essential that we work to cease this disease. My research question was, what are college students' knowledge, attitudes, and behaviors concerning type 2 diabetes? And the purpose of the study was to discover those knowledge, attitudes, and behaviors that the college students have towards that type 2 diabetes. It was a descriptive study, 21 questions, Likert and multiple choice formatting. The sample consisted of 28 participants, 20 female and 8 male from Midwestern University. Some interesting findings that I found while doing my research was that 75% of my respondents thought that type 2 diabetes was incurable, which is incorrect. Only 21% said that type 2 diabetes was curable through diet and exercise. This led me to conclude that college students lack knowledge concerning type 2 diabetes. And, that's not just for college students, that's everywhere. Me having type 2 diabetes, I lack knowledge on it, and that's why I chose to research this topic, because I lack knowledge and I want to learn more so I can help myself and help others. This finding was significant because the research and my literature review, I found that knowledge levels and risk for type 2 diabetes increased. There was linked. The lower knowledge field, the higher risk elevated for type 2 diabetes. Another interesting finding that I found during research was that I used Likert to discover the attitudes of the students. With controllable factors of type 2 diabetes being, what you consume, your weight, physical activity, and so on. Almost all of the respondents thought that type 2 diabetics should not blame themselves for the disease. Only one respondent said that type 2 diabetics should blame themselves for having the disease. So that led me to believe that, most college students are aware of the uncontrollable factors related to diabetes, such as family history, socioeconomic status, and so on. And for the behaviors portion of my study, I found that about 92% of participants failed to meet the recommended number of servings of vegetables and fruit per day. However, almost all of them said that type 2 diabetes is a serious disease. And this kind of was a contradicting finding, because this led me to conclude that even though college students are aware of the severity of the disease, they neglect participation in preventing disease, like eating fruit and consuming the recommended number of vegetables and fruit per day. Something that I would change about my study was I would increase the sample size to all college students, because my sample was purely college students that live on campus. So it would be beneficial to include everyone, even the ones that's off campus, for future studies. It might help to use random sampling and to lengthen the time period used to collect data. This study, it opened me up to a lot about the disease that I have, and it led me to take type 2 diabetes even more seriously than I previously took it, with me having it. And it really opened up my knowledge levels even more so. And I just want to thank all of my participants, and I want to just thank you guys for listening to me. And I want to thank Dr. Rhodes, especially for helping me along the process. Thank you all.